To begin with our recipe, we're going to be needing some shredded beef. What I have right here is a 3.5 pound chuck roast, and we're going to be cooking that for about 25 minutes per pound until where it's nice, tender, and just easily pull apart. While our beef is cooking, we're going to be making a simple salsa. Now we're going to need a little bit of tomatoes. Now I only used 2 of these tomatoes because I wanted this salsa to be nice and chunky, a real thick salsa to go with these tacos. And then we're also going to need a jalapeno, a quarter of an onion. I had a little piece of onion that I needed to use, and then some chili de arbos. Now use as many as you can right here, up to your preference when it comes to spice. This does bring the heat, and we're also going to be needing some garlic. I use 4 garlic cloves because I like a nice garlicky flavor. And then for the toppings, we're going to be needing some tortilla cheese along with some shredded lettuce. And that's pretty much all we need for these tacos. Now for the corn tortillas. You want to make sure that you get a firm corn tortilla. If the package of the corn tortillas say soft, you do not want to use those tortillas because they're going to end up breaking apart on you and it's not going to work for this. So you want to make sure that it's a firm corn tortilla, or you can check out my video on how to make corn tortillas. Over a pan, griddle, or skillet, we're going to go ahead and take our chili de arbos and we're going to toast them for about 30 to 45 seconds per side, just until they're toasted up and they start to darken in color, as you can see right here. But do be careful to not over toast because they do become bitter if they're over toasted. Now we need to rehydrate these peppers. So since they're dried chilies, we're going to be adding in our chili de arbos along with the jalapeno, and we're going to bring that to a boil. Now we're going to let this boil for about 20 minutes or so, and if you see that your jalapeno is not cooking on both sides, just go ahead and give it a flip. But until the peppers are nice and tender and the chili de arbos are nice and pliable, we're going to go ahead and add everything into a blender. For the onion and tomato, you kind of want to cut those up a little bit so that way you can get it to blend. If they're whole, then you're going to have some issues. So what I like to do, I'm not going to try to add any water. I'm just smashing down the tomatoes. They're very ripe, so I just want to break them down just a little bit just so it can get to blend. There's enough water in these tomatoes to be able to make it puree. Now season with kosher salt to preference, and your salsa is pretty much done. Give it a blend and give it a taste. See if you need a little bit more seasoning, and like I said, season to salt to your preference. Now my chuck roast actually took about 1 hour and 45 minutes to cook. Now as you can see, it's really tender. That's how you want it. So I cook it about 25 to 30 minutes per pound. So this was a 3.5 roast, and as you can see, I'm not having any issues shredding it apart. And then go ahead and season with just a little bit of salt and pepper. That way you can add some flavor, as it's something that I don't like about shredded beef tacos is, you got a nice flavorful taco, but the meat is unseasoned. And I like to also add a little bit of the juice from the broth. To put our tacos together, we're gonna be heating up our corn tortillas. You can do this in the comal. My mother-in-law actually does them in the microwave. Really simple, but you want to make sure that the tortilla is nicely heated, because if it's cold, it's going to crack on you. So just add a little bit of beef to your preference. Make sure you want to pack it in there. That way you got a good bite to it, and then just roll them over. In a skillet over medium heat with some oil in there, we're going to be frying up our tacos for about 1 minute per side, just until they're nice and crispy. It doesn't take that long at all. So let it go for about 45 seconds to about 1 minute. Check on it. If it's crispy, go ahead and give it a flip. Once you have your tacos crispy to how you like it, just go ahead and put them to the side and allow that oil to drain out. And then put them on a plate with a napkin. These tacos do not take much to make. They're really easy to make, and they make a wonderful meal. All you need in there is just a little bit of lettuce, a little bit of tortilla cheese, and then, that awesome salsa that we made. Now, there's other cheeses that you can use. Definitely check out your local grocery store. There is a couple other cheeses that we use on these, but this is pretty much the basics of shredded beef tacos. If you're wondering how many tacos I made about 30 tacos with this recipe. So that'll kind of give you an idea of how much it'll make. But this right here is just some Mexican comfort food. All we need, we already got all the condiments on there, the lettuce, the cotija cheese, the salsa. Now all we need is just a little bit of lime. I got a feeling this salsa is gonna be pretty spicy. It's got a good little kick. Cheers, y'all. Just a simple recipe. Really good, really delicious. As always, I'll leave a link in the video description and in the comment section so that we can go to my website, cookingwithkirby.com, to get the full printable recipe. I have these recipes. They're really good. You should try them out. Now y'all be beautiful and take care.